Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman, and this is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We got a ball game this afternoon. It's the Kansas City Royals at the Boston Red Sox, and this is the second of a three-game series. The coffee is brewing. Red Sox won the first one 4-3. Nagy got the win. He went all the way. And today it's going to be Jim Rooker, the left-hander, comes in with 2 wins versus Vicente Romo, who has come in to start and relieve games today, this year. Same thing with Rooker. Romo comes in with 5 wins. I'll be back with the lineups in just a few minutes. We'll have the lineups in about 5 minutes. And Ron McGrath has arrived. I'm doing okay, my buddy. How are you, sir? Doing okay. I hope you're well. We're gonna have our lineups in just a few minutes. Well, everybody, we are in August 27, 1969, replay. This is the second game of this date. The Royals are in 5th place in the West, 42 games behind the Twins, and they're 33 games under 500. The Red Sox are in 3rd, 8 games over 500, but of course, that is 23 and a half games behind the first place Orioles. So, barring a memorable comeback by any of the other teams. Ready for Strat, all right. That looks good. It looks like very American stuff there. Hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevy. And where's Mom? So barring any great comeback, it looks like these two teams are headed for the championship in about 5 weeks of play. And we're looking forward to that face-off. The National League is a different story. Things are tighter. In the National League, the St. Louis Cardinals trail the Pirates six and a half games. They've really made a good comeback. They were floundering for parts of the spring and were under 500, but they're now 10 games over 500. They've won 6 in a row. Cubs are 9 games out in 3rd. So it looks like there may be a race in that division. And in the West, we have a race already between Atlanta and San Francisco. They're tied. San Francisco is one game ahead in the loss column. They have two more games to play than Atlanta. They've played two less games. So I guess we could say that if they win them both, they are ahead. And if they split, they're still tied. And if they lose them both, they're down by a game. Reds are in third place, 10.5 behind. They just passed Houston, who is 11 behind. Let's go through our opening lineups. There you go. Where's Mom, though? Oh, this is just foodstuffs. Yeah, got it. You say KC will win this game. Well, we'll see. For the Kansas City Royals, leading off is Pat Kelly in right field. Batting second at first is Mike Fiore. Piniella at left. Kirkpatrick in center. Foy at third. Adair at second. Rodriguez behind the plate. Juan Rios at short. And Jim Rooker is the pitcher. He comes in with 2 wins, batting ninth. He's a left-hander. God, look at the Dow. The Dow is down 341. I hate to even look. God. God almighty. What's going on in the markets? Lord. Well, at least my losses aren't too bad now. God. But they're still bad. For the Boston Red Sox, it will be Sid O'Brien leading off at third base, Mike Andrews at second, Carl Yastrzemski in left field, Reggie Smith in center, Rico Petrocelli at shortstop, Tony Canigliaro in right field, Russ Gibson behind the plate, George Scott, at first base, batting seventh, Russ Gibson behind the plate, batting eighth, and Vicente Romo, the pitcher, the right-hander, comes in with 5 wins, batting ninth. Again, the Red Sox won the first game of this 3-game series, 4-3. Nagy went all the way for the win. And we're just waiting a few minutes. The first pitch is in 9 minutes. But if all of our regulars make it in here, we'll go ahead and play ball. It's a beautiful, beautiful afternoon for a ball game. Today's the first game of the Real World Series. And that starts tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, so we're not competing with any of that. Not that I really care. It's an uninspiring, as one journalist wrote it, World Series. At least for some of us. Let's make some coffee. Let's have some coffee here. And we have about 6 minutes until the first pitch, everybody. Ah. Ah. Good, good, good coffee. Mm. All right, the tweet should be up as it is. It's got a nice picture of the front of Fenway Park, of which I was there many times. About 4 minutes till the first pitch. Oh. Ah. The paid attendance today is 20,717. A decent crowd here at Fenway, or I would think. And this game, we're ready a couple minutes now, just 2 minutes away from game time. We're glad to have you all here on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. I'm Jeffrey Guterman, and we have Kansas City at Boston. Second of a three. Boston won the first 4-3. Nagy went all the way for the win. Feel free to chat with us in the live chat. Our next game is Cincinnati Reds at the Chicago Cubs. Same date, and that'll be played tomorrow, I assume. Probably in the morning. for some Saturday morning baseball. And the Boston Red Sox take the field. And there's Vicente Romo on the hill. Right-hander taking his warm-ups, going for his 6th win today on a beautiful afternoon here at Fenway. Oh, that's good coffee. And here's Pat Kelly to lead it off for the Kansas City Royals. Romo is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Kelly. That's 4-3 left-handed. And he chops it to first base. That'll be for Scott. He's a 111. He's really something at first. That's 4-1. That'll be a G2. Ignore the pound with nobody on. He's an 11. That's going to be 7-9, 11-9. And he's going to take it to the bag for the first out as Kathy Harden comes in. So great to see Kathy here. We have one away, and we're underway. Here's Mike Fiore now. Just underway. Kathy Harden for the Royals. You can bet on that. Here's Romo now. And pitch to Fiore. 3-5 right-handed, struck him out. 2 away here in the top of the first. Just underway here at Fenway. The batter is Lou Piniella. 2 outs, nobody on, but top of the first. Kansas City batting. Charles, how are you, sir? Great to see you. The rookie Lou Piniella facing Romo here. And the pitch, 110 right-handed. And he hits it to second base for Andrews. And he throws it over to Scott. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Vicente Romo. And after a half, it's Kansas City nothing and Boston coming to bat. And Rhodes Scholars here. We have mostly our group here. We have Charles and Rhodes Scholar. And of course me. Here's Jim Rooker now. Left-hander, Sid O'Brien to lead it off for the Red Sox. Here in the bottom of the first. Hey, Mike, and Mike has arrived. Mike Eisenberg, great to see you. Rooker is ready. Here's the pitch to O'Brien. That's 3-9 left-handed. It's hit well by Rooker into the gap. It's dropping. It's going to be extra bases. O'Brien rounding second, and he goes into third with a lead-off triple for the Red Sox. Sorry, Kathy, about my enthusiasm. I don't want them, but I don't not want them. I just was calling the play. It was a 3-9 left-handed. Home run 1 to a triple for Sid O'Brien off his own card. He's on third to lead it off. Here's Mike Andrews. Okay, now Rooker working from the stretch. And that's 4-7 right-handed, and he walked him. So it's first and third. The infield will play it back. Here's Carl. This will be lefty-lefty. 5-4 left-handed, catcher X That'll be Rodriguez 2-3. That's 9-2. That's going to be a PF. I don't know what that means. Maybe a foul. But let's check out the E rating. Rodriguez a 3. That's 3.56, 3.6. That's going to be a PF. With first and third, no outs. There's going to be a PF none. Oh yeah, I put this over here. With runners on base, a pitch gets away from Rodriguez, the catcher, and everybody moves up. And O'Brien comes home. Oh, on a pass ball. Lord. And then, yeah, like you say, you're quick. No, play resumes with the same hitter at the plate. See, Rhodes Scholar likes to test me periodically. He likes to test me. It's not an out. Play resumes. He likes to, he's a good teacher that way. You know that? So it's a pass ball. It's not an error. It's not charged as an error. I think it's an earned run no matter what. We know it's not recorded as an error. It does not count as an earned run. Well, it'll be unearned as we move later in the evening. Let's just put it as unearned for now so I don't forget. But it's not counted as an earned run. Okay? Okay, Rhodes Scholar, you see that? We're going to pick it up where we left with Carl Yastrzemski, and it's going to be a full count now with Andrews on second. So the ball got away from Rodriguez, and O'Brien came home. That's always an exciting play, isn't it? When a runner from third scores on a pass ball. Here's Carl now. And the pitch from Rooker. That's 1-7 left-handed, fly ball center. And Kirkpatrick makes the catch. It's 1 out. Now Reggie Smith. You were just testing me, weren't you? Now Rooker. 4-8, switch hitter, batting right. He walked him. So it's first and second walk of the inning with 1 out. And here's Rico. That's 6-5, right-handed. Grounds it to short axe. That's Rios, a 444. That's 3-4. That's going to be an S2. My goodness, these fours. Rios is a 44 at short. And that, oops, that's a whole new reroll. I don't know why they have 42, 44. They skip. I don't know why that is. That's 6, 10, 12. That's just going to be a base hit. 1 run will score on an S2. Smith goes to third. Andrews comes home. It's 2-0. And in fact, now we see that this would have scored, and therefore it's an earned run. And it's a 2-0 ball game. So Rooker in trouble here in the bottom of the first, and Tony Conigliaro is the batter. Still only one out. First and third, one out. The infield is back. Here's the pitch to Conigliaro. That's 110 left-handed, and he grounds it to short for the force to get Petroselli at second, and Smith comes home with the third run of the inning. 3-0 Red Sox. Sorry, Kathy. Here's George Scott. That's 3-7 left-handed, and he grounds it to second. He wasn't being held. And the side is retired. So, bottom of the first for the Red Sox, 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, a pass ball, a force, 1 left on. We've gone 1. It's Boston 3 and Kansas City nothing. Yeah, Kathy Harden for the Royals as Vicente Romo takes the mound. It's going to be Ed Kirkpatrick to lead it off. Royals down by 3 early on, top of the second. Romo winds and deals. That's 112 right-handed. Fly ball to center for Smith, Reggie Smith. He makes the catch. It's 1 away. Now Joe Foy. .510 right-handed, struck him out. That's the second for Romo today. 2 gone. And the batter is Jerry Adair. Top of the second, Royals batting. A 6-11 right-handed, and there's a base hit to right. First base runner for the Royals today. Adair is on with 2 outs. Rodriguez steps up. Romo from the stretch, he looks in, and here's the pitch to Rodriguez. That is, a 3-2. And that is a liner to short, caught by Petroselli. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit. The single to Adair, left on base. Middle of the third, it's still 3-0. This is Friday afternoon. Strat-O-Matic, 1969 baseball. Russ Gibson leads it off. Romo, the pitcher, comes out on deck. Here's Gibson. And the pitch from Rooker. That's 1-4 left-handed. Base hit, Gibson. Boy, he got a good cut at that. Went right up the middle. Gibson on first to lead it off. Here's Romo. He is a beat bunter. That's very inviting. He'll lay it down. And actually what I could do is just roll all three, and the red die tells me if the infield is in or out. 1 to 3, it's in. 4 to 6, it's out. There he goes to Romo. Infield stays back. He's a B. It's a 7, and it's good. Hit to first. And Fiore takes it to the bag. Gibson moves on to second in scoring position here. Oh. I'm so sorry. Here's Sid O'Brien. O'Brien tripled to lead off the first for the Red Sox, and he scored. That's 5-9 right-handed. It's hit deep by O'Brien to left field. Back goes Piniella, and at the track, he makes the catch. 2 outs. And here's Mike Andrews. Walked and scored in the first. That is a 6-9 right-handed, and it's a fly ball to right field. It's a can of corn for Pat Kelly. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. It's still 3-0 after 2. Juan Rios to lead it off here in the top of the third. Juan Rios. Okay, Romo gets the sign. 3-7 right-handed, grounds it to second for Andrews, to Scott for the first out. Here's Pat Kelly, grounded to, Rooker. I'm sorry. 1 out, nobody on. Rooker, he is an 8 NR. Wow, some kind of hitter, huh? Oh, God. Here's the pitch to Rooker now. 2-9, and he walked him. Right off his own card. Good eye by Rooker. Very patient at the plate. Good hitter. You know, most of these players, whether they be a hitter or a pitcher, were excellent athletes in high school, college, and that's my view. And therefore, some of the pitchers could hit. Some can't hit the side of the barn. You know? Some are just good natural hitters, and they can hit Major League Baseball. Okay, Rooker on first. That's my thinking, at least. Here's Pat Kelly. 1-5. He walked him. That's the second this inning by Romo. And the Royals have first and second with one out. Fiore facing Romo now. He struck out in the first. Okay, Romo from the stretch here. Ron McGrath also for the Royals. It's Kelly on first, Rooker on second, one out. The pitch to Fiore. That's 6-9. Left-handed, grounds it to first. Scott steps on the bag and throws it to Andrews for a double play. So that'll wrap up the top of the third with no runs, no hits, 2 walks, 1 left. It's 3-0 Boston. Carl Yastrzemski is the batter to lead it off. Carl flew to center. Here's Carl now. That's 3-11. And he grounds it to second for Jerry Adair, 1 out. Switch hitter Reggie Smith now facing Rooker with 1 out, no one on. One-two, left-handed liner to third, caught by Foy. 2 down now in the Red Sox home of the third. And Rico Petrocelli is the batter. He singled and was forced. He knocked home Andrews. Actually, he knocked home O'Brien for the first run. That's 5-3 right-handed. That'll be a first base X. And scooping is Fiore, 3-14. 3-19, I'm sorry. '23, it's a G1. Fiore is a 19 out there. There's going to be 5, 7, 8. Whoa. This should be the inning, G1, and it is. G1, I'm sorry, it is. The side is retired. 1, 2, 3 for Rooker. He appears to have settled down since that first. And it's still 3-0 Red Sox. Okay, Romo, his 4th inning, 3 scoreless, 1 hit allowed. He walked 2, struck out 2. Sweet Lou Piniella leads it off, the rookie, acquired from the Pilots. They didn't like Piniella's attitude, the Pilot organization. And, Jim Bouton said, I don't know if the word was attitude, but you don't hire players for their attitude. Of course, some are just off the rails and they're disruptive. Okay, Romo is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Lou Piniella. That's 1-6 right-handed, and Sweet Lou swings, and it's a base hit. It's cut off by Smith out in the center, holding Sweet Lou to a single. And Kathy Harden calling for a barbecue. The coals are warm now with Sweet Lou on first. And here's Eddie Kirkpatrick, left-handed hitter. Cincinnati Reds at the Chicago Cubs. Tomorrow in the morning, be there. Just kidding. It will be though, in the morning, probably six-ish. And I am so sorry that I don't. Kirkpatrick steps out for a second of the box. I'm sorry I don't always keep. I kept to today's game in terms of playing it when scheduled, but you know, it's not easy to commit like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're just not in the mood. Romo, the pitch to Kirkpatrick. 5-7. Left-handed, struck him out. And that's the third for Vicente. Romo's pitched some good baseball this season for the Red Sox. He had 8 wins in real world. He's won 5 thus far. Joe Foy, the batter. Piniella short lead off first, 1 down. That's 2-6. And he pops it up to second. And Andrews makes the catch, 2 outs. And Jerry Adair now. Oh, that's good coffee. Wow. Adair singled in the second, was left on base. That's 4-10 right-handed. Fly ball center X for Smith. 2-17. Just double check it. That thing is covered. Yep. 2-17 out in center. He should have no problem with this. 2-17. This could be a 3-2. It's an S2. Let's see if Smith can handle this. $17. That's 10-11. Yes, he gloves it, and it's going to be a base hit. And runners will advance 2. So Adair with the 2-out single, sending Lewis to third. And Ellie Rodriguez in a clutch situation here. And they're adding a little extra barbecue sauce on those chops. Here's the pitch from Romo. This is a 2-out barbecue special. 6-9 right-handed, struck him out. And the fire goes out for Kansas City here in the 4th. As Romo gets his 3rd and 4th strikeouts, no runs, 2 hits, both left. And we're in the middle of the 4th. Too bad. It's still a 3-0 ball game. All the scoring was in the first, everybody. O'Brien tripled, a walk to Andrews, and with 1 out, Smith walked. Bases were loaded. And Petro knocked home O'Brien, and then a force out. I don't remember how that all happened. Oh, one came home on a pass ball. I'm so sorry. O'Brien, yeah. Forgot about that. It's kind of hard to get that in there. Okay. Here's Rooker now, bottom of the fourth. He has settled down since allowing 3 in the first. It'll be Tony C to lead it off. Ah, that's good coffee. Oh. Tony reached on a force, was left on. That force, though, scored Smith the 3rd run of the inning. Here it is, 6-7, right-handed. Grounds it to second X. That's going to be for Adair, 3-13. That's 19-3, it's a G1. 13 at second. That's going to be 5-10-14. Oh, it's an error. It's a G1 error. Looks like it's going to be a 1-base error to lead it off. That's exactly what it is. An error charged to Jerry Adair, and that's the first error of the ball game. Tony on first to lead it off. Here's George Scott. Okay, Rooker now. That's 1-9, left-handed. Hit deep by Scott. Oh, my. Hit way back to left field, and it's gone. A 2-run home run. Canigliaro is unearned. And that's going to make it a 5-0 ball game. George Scott unloads off Rooker. Let's look at that again. 1-9, left-handed, clean. Clean as a bone, let me put it that way. Clean and dry as a bone. A 2-run home run by George Scott. And for Scott, that is home run. Where is that? That's home run number 12 for Scott. Okay. So it's 5-0 now. He hit that like a dog, absolutely. Here's Russ Gibson. No outs, no one on. Oh, good coffee. Okay, Gibson steps in. He's singled left on in the second. The windup by Rooker and the pitch. That's 3-9, left-handed. Grounds it to second for a dare. He's got it this time. One away. And here's Romo. Both pitchers pitched complete games. I forgot to look who won in real world. That's 4-9, right-handed. And that's a liner to third, caught by Foy. 2 outs. And Sid O'Brien is the batter. A Java. Okay. You having coffee there, Charles? Good for you. I'm having some myself, yeah. And I'm looking forward to doing the other stuff. Maybe in this game. Yeah. All right, O'Brien steps in. And here's the pitch from Rooker. That's 6-2, right-handed, fly ball center. A lazy fly ball. Kirkpatrick waiting. And he makes the catch, and the side is retired. But 2 more runs for the Bo Sox on a 2-run home run by George Scott. And after 4, it's 5-0, Red Sox. Lovely. Top of the 5th now. Ron has iced tea. Is it sweetened? Is it the type of iced tea? Is it decaf, regular? I assume it's on ice. Here's Juan Rios. 0 for 1 today. We're all doing drugs. You know, food is a drug. I define drug as anything that alters mental status. And you know the feeling when you get full or something? Strat-O-Matic, a sweet tea. Strat-O-Matic can be, is a drug for me. It's one of the best drugs there is, with minimal side effects. Here's Romo now, facing Juan Rios. 0 for 1, grounded to second in the 3rd. Romo into his windup, and that's 1-7, and that is a chopper to second for Andrews. He throws on to Scott, 1 away. And Rooker, they're going to have a hitter for Rooker. How do you like that with 1 out? So that's it for Rooker. It's already 5-0. Drabowski and Wickersham pitched last game. They've had enough of Rooker. Okay. He allowed 4 hits, a triple, a home run. He had his day in the well, I wouldn't call it a day in the sun. Struck out none, allowed 5. Let's see who's hitting. Let's see who's coming in next inning to pitch. They have some decent folks on the bench. Tom Bergmeyer, the left-hander, will come in. Bergmeyer. I think he got better, didn't he, as he stayed on the Royals? All right, it's going to be Hawk Taylor. No, I'm sorry. It's going to be Scott Northey. Scott Northey to come in. And hit here. I don't know, Charles, if Rooker played for the Pirates. It sounds right to me. You know what? It sounds like he was a Pirate. Yeah. I mean, I'm not certain, but yeah, I think that sounds right to me. Yeah. Bergmeyer. Oh, with the Twins. Okay. Okay, here's Romo now. With 1 out, nobody on, top of the 5th, the Royals down by 5. And Rooker, the batter, he walked in the 3rd, left on base. Whoa, look at that spinner. Wow. 1-6. And it's a drive hit out into left center, dropping. Northey rounding 2nd. He's going to 3rd with a triple, a pinch hit triple by Scott Northey, and he hit that one, North, all right. Lord, a clean triple right off his card off Romo. Romo's first endurance is the 7th. Let's look at that again. It was a spinner, too. 1-6 right-handed triple. So Northey on 3rd. With 1 out, here's Pat Kelly. Royals need some hits. Here's Romo now. And the pitch to Kelly. That is a 6-7 left-handed. That's going to be chopped to 2nd base. And that'll be for Andrews. He is a 224. Let's see with Northey on 3rd. 17-2. It's a G1. It's a grounder. Fielded by Andrews, 24. That's 6-9-11. Oh, he boots it. Whoa. G1, E1. And the run comes home. So the error by Andrews, he couldn't find the handle on that. And we'll hold on to see if this is going to be earned or not. There's no run batted in for sure. And the Royals get on the board here with their first run. So Northey scores. It's 5-1 now. Kelly on first, a double-A, 1-15, and a 1-15 to steal. Here's Mike Fiore. They need lots of runs, otherwise I might go. I don't think so, but Fiore 0 for 2 now, facing Romo from the stretch. That's 6-5 left-handed, and it's a chopper to short. This time that's for Rico, 216. That's a 9-2. It's a G2. He is a 16 at short. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's a rare play. A G2 rare play on a 4-5. 5 is always. That's a G2 rare play here. Batter lines a shot that deflects off the pitcher to the fielder, who makes the play to first for the out. And the runners advance. So Kelly will go to second. We're going to field that 1-6-3 for 1 out. That's 1 out, though. Okay. That's 2 outs now. Kelly in scoring. They sure would like to bring him home. Kathy Harden. Here's Sweet Lou. Talk about Sweet Tea, I'm sorry. Here's Sweet Lou. And now the Northie, I believe Northies would be unearned here. And here's Sweet Lou now. It's 5-1. Romo looks in. The pitch to Piniella. That is 211 right-handed, and he chops it to second. Andrews has it, throws to Scott, and the side is retired. But look, they got a run, an unearned run on the one-out triple by Northie, and knocked home by Kelly when he reached on the error in the middle of the fifth. It's 5-1 Red Sox. I'm Jeffrey Guterman, and this is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We'll take about 3 minutes. And we'll be back very shortly to continue this ball game live from Fenway Park via remote broadcast from Studio B in Victoria Park, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, US of A. We'll be back. Just a few. Oh. We need a rally on the market. Right. Well, we're back, Kathy Harden. It's a 5-1 ball game. It's already 3:23. And I'll tell you what, I'm ready. Folks, I'm going to play this half inning, and then I'm going to take my medicine. I've had enough coffee. Tom Bergmeyer is the new pitcher. He's a left-hander. And we're so glad to have you all here. Mike Andrews to lead it off. Okay, Bergmeyer is ready. And here's the pitch to Andrews. That is 4-5 right-handed, grounds it to short X. Rios 444. That's a 1-4. That's going to be an S2. Let's hope that's all it is. This fielding, you know, that's one of the biggest weaknesses of these teams. He is a whopping 44 at short. Does anybody know why these skip numbers? Every two. There's going to be 7-8. Oh, he's going to boot it. It's going to be probably a single and an error. Or go to third. God. That's going to be an S2E1. That's to second. Okay, it's a single and an error to lead it off. And they can't afford anything like that. Second error for Kansas City. And here comes Carl. Andrews on second. Nobody out. Bergmeyer now. That's 5-9, left-handed, fly ball left field. And Piniella has it, one away, Andrews holds. Now Reggie Smith walked unscored, popped to third. That is 2-7 left-handed, and that is a double down the line for Smith. Home comes Andrews. We'll see if it's earned or not. It probably, we'll see. Here's Rico now. So Bergmeyer getting hit here in the fifth. Rico 1 for 2. It's 6-1 now. .39 left-handed, grounds it to first, holding Smith at second, 2 away. And here's Tony Conigliaro. So if he gets out, this could be an unearned run. I could be wrong, but that's my take on it. Here's the pitch, because he wouldn't have scored. That's 3-10, left-handed, hit deep by Tony. Oh my, and it's gone. So it is an earned run after all. A 2-run home run, the second of the ball game, second home run of the game. Scott hit one last inning. So Tony hits it out of here. Bergmeyer having a tough inning, 3 runs now. He'll have 4 in the game, 4 runs batted in. Those damn Boo Sox. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you can take it in stride, though, really. None of these games are worth really getting upset about. For Tony C., that's home run number 17. I think he had 40 in real world, so he's a little on the light side. Oh, I'm sorry. He had 20. It's Rico who had 40, right. Okay, Bergmeyer now with 2 outs, nobody on. That's the good news, nobody on. And here's Scott. That's a joke. Scott hit the home run, the 2-run home run last inning. It is now an 8-1 ball game. Okay, here's Scott at the plate. The pitch from Bergmeyer. That's 2-3 left-handed. Grounds it to short for Rios. Rios throws him out, and the side is retired. But 3 runs on 3 hits, an error, and none left on. And after 5, it's 8-1 Red Sox. There's action in the Kansas City bullpen. Looking ahead, whether it be this inning, next inning, but they're going to need somebody coming in. And it will be Dave Moorhead with a juicy 5.73 earned run average. A great opportunity to bring in Moorhead when needed. He only had 33 innings. It's the pre-witching hour. And I'm going to take some of my medicine if you don't mind. Rally time for Kansas City. And I just got a little something there from Kathy Harden I'd like to reciprocate. I don't usually use the text too much. I want to make this a good one. There you go. And that's for Kathy Harden. And you know what I mean. Folks, I'm going to enjoy some of my medicine right now, if you don't mind. and we'll get back to this ball game. It's Red Sox 8, Royals 1. Indeed, Kathy Harden. Indeed. Oh, that's good. That is so good. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's good. Oh, that is good. Oh. 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 Oh, that's good. That is good stuff. Oh. Well, it's top of the sixth. It's one of those games, an obscure, meaningless game in late August between two teams that have essentially no chance or little, if any, chance to win their respective divisions, especially Kansas City. And not only that, it's an 8-1 ball game by the better team. And leading it off will be Ed Kirkpatrick. Here's Romo now. That is 5-8, left-handed, struck him out. He got Kirkpatrick for the second time there. That's one away. And here's Joe Foy. Okay, Foy is 0 for 2. Here's Romo. That's 2-5. And he grounds it to short for Petrocelli. It's 2 outs. This is very strange. Well, we'll let this go. He's gonna go ahead here. There's something wrong with Vicente Romo. I'm going to tell you that right now. We may find out after this half inning. There's something wrong with him. He's motioning to the catcher, and I'm surprised Dick Williams has not come out to see what's going on. Oh, Dick Williams is coming out now to talk to Vicente Romo. Romo made a motion to Gibson, the catcher, with his just sort of wagging, if there is such a thing, his pointing finger and holding it with his thumb, sort of a wagging motion. There may be something wrong with his finger. They're talking now. He's looking at it. The trainer's coming out. And that's it. Oh my. That's it for Vicente Romo. We're getting word now that he has a blister, Kathy Harden. That's a first for us here. We have a blister. I'm surprised they caught it so right in the middle of an inning, but that's going to be it for Vicente Romo with Jerry Adair coming up, 2 outs, nobody on. He pitched good baseball, I'll tell you that. And look who's coming in. It's the Spaceman. That's a lot of fun with an 8-1 lead. Spaceman, yeah, look at Kathy Harden. She's thinking, she's pondering. Oh, Romo, 5 2/3. He'll be better. They'll have to work on that. There's medicine you can take to aid in the. Oh, you like that, Charles? Thank you. Oh, thanks for the feedback. Really, that means a lot to me. You know that? 1, 2, 3, 4. He pitched very good ball. So good that he got a blister. Christ. I hate when that happens. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He's allowed the 1 run. It was unearned. And he's the winner of record. And Spaceman Bill Lee, who is here to delight us. As you can see, he didn't have the greatest year. I don't know how he was in I think this is his first year. Maybe he played in '68. Spaceman Lee has gotten shelled this season. He also pitched okay a couple times, but for the most part, he's gotten shelled in every kind of situation. And Jerry Adair comes out, and there is action also in the Red Sox bullpen. Bill Landis, a left-handed pitcher. He's got a juicy, chunky 5.25 ERA. And that's who's warming. I guess that's all they have that they really feel that they want to use right now. So, okay, Bill Landis warming. We'll see how Spaceman handles it. Okay, Spaceman is ready. And here's Adair now. 2 outs, nobody on. It's a lot of mundacity permeating in this ball game as far as I'm concerned. Here's Lee now. He's ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Adair. That's 1-6, left-handed, grounds it to short. Oh, and that's fielded by Petrocelli, and the side is retired. So, yeah. You know what happens when you take a hit? Like all of a sudden you worry, wait a minute. KC's up. Didn't I just take out their pitcher? No, Jeff. You took out Romo for the Red Sox. You were right. Spaceman Lee in the game. He's ineligible for a save. And here's Bergmeyer. He got shelled in his first inning. Allowed 3 runs, including a 2-run home run by Tony. And here's Gibson. And Spaceman is out on deck. Ain't that sweet? Spaceman on deck. I think Williams is trying to get Lee to come out in a game with a nice lead, to loosen up, throw a few innings. We don't expect him to finish unless he's just really on. Who knows? But because he's been shelled this year. Gibson leads it off. Bergmeyer, the windup and the pitch. That's going to be 6'9", right-handed. He chops it to short for Juan Rios. And there's one away. No joke intended. I like to get the phonetics. Juan Rios. I have no trill. I just can't. I'm doing better now than I ever did, but I can't do trilling. Here's Bergmeyer now, facing Romo, facing Spaceman Lee. Lee has already developed a reputation for being, might we say, just a little bit off-center. Okay? Just a little bit. It's 1 out. Lee now is a 1 WL. We just switched that card there. Do you all know, you see the sort of it looks like a dirt of some type. Do you know why that's that way? I'm going to give you all one guess. And by the way, you can compare this with a, say, an 8. There's even a little on here, only because you see how light it is. And they're only 6 months apart when I received them. I got a little coffee on this one. Even here, the 7 got some coffee. And I think that was partly, the coffee on the other one was probably from that Montreal game. Here's a real clean 8. See, I have multiple sets in here. Da 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 da. That's dirt from my fingers, right? I didn't see anyone come in on that. All right, didn't want to keep you in suspense. Here's Spaceman now, a 1 WL facing Bergmeyer, the windup and the pitch. That's 6'9", left-handed, grounds it to second. Oh, he got a piece of it. Adair, though, throws him out, 2 away. And here's Sid O'Brien. I think Williams had a talk with Spaceman Lee and said to him, look, you've been hit pretty hard. You've had a bad year. But we believe in you. And we want to go out there and pitch like nobody's watching. We want you to loosen up. If you let up a couple runs, that's okay. Take command of the game, Mr. Spaceman. Anyway, 2 outs, nobody on. O'Brien. And that's going to be 6'11", left-handed. Base hit to left field by O'Brien, his second hit of the game. Thrown in by Kirkpatrick. And to Kathy, we have 2 outs, and O'Brien is on. Here's Mike Andrews now, 1 for 2 and a walk. Yes, on deck, he's 0 for 3. Now Bergmeyer. From the stretch and the pitch to Andrews. That's going to be 3-9 left-handed, chopped back to Bergmeyer, and he throws it over to Fiore to retire the side. So very nicely done by Bergmeyer there in the sixth, at least. And after six, it's 8-1 Boston. But the spaceman's here. Isn't that entertaining enough? Okay. It's turned into a kind of an intense kind of game. I guess that's the weed. It will be Rodriguez, Rios, and Bergmeyer. Yeah, but we'll have someone to hit, of course. Not so much because they're 7 runs down, Kathy, but because we're going to give someone else a chance to pitch. Sure, there'll probably be 2 outs when that pinch hitter comes up. Come on, I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying, the reason why we do some things. I mean, it'd be nice if the pinch hitter hit a home run. They have a lot of right-handed hitters. And we have a southpaw in there, and his name is Bill Spaceman Lee. And he's going to start his first full inning of relief. It's going to be Rodriguez. Because that is, I think, the L, a double L, Aye. Aye steps in now. Some of you speak Spanish. Here's Bill Lee now. And the pitch to Rodriguez. That's going to be 6-5 right-handed. Oh, it's hit deep by Ellie. But that's not going to be good. It's going to be a fly ball to left at the wall for Carl. And he took it with one hand. He just lifted his glove up at the warning track, at that monster. He got right behind it so that he could just turn up the glove to the right. He ran over, positioned himself, and then caught it moving to the right, his right. It's 1 out. Here's Juan Rios. And there is nobody. Moorhead is, there is nobody on the on-deck circle, so we'll see what happens. Spaceman. That's going to be 3-10 left-handed. Flies to right. It's a can of corn. Whoop, whoop, Tony. 2 outs. Yeah, I mean, Bergmeyer saw enough action. We're going to get a rally going with 2 outs? Okay. That's great. We're going to let Moorhead pitch eventually. Okay, let's see who's hitting now. Hey, Rhodes Scholar, what's bewitched, man? What's bewitched? Here's Hawk Taylor. All of 89 at-bats, Hawk Taylor. This is going to be one of them. So Taylor comes up with 2 outs, nobody on. 8-1 Red Sox. Spaceman has retired the first 3 batters he's faced in relief. Maybe that little talk that Dick had with Spaceman did some good, you know? It's 2 outs, nobody on. Hawk at the plate. Spaceman. That's 2-10, left-handed, walked him. Okay, Spaceman lost Taylor. There'll be a runner for Taylor. Why? Because they have enough people on their roster, and he's a 1-9. Why should people sit on their ass when you can use them? for good reason, right? I don't care what the score is. And coming in to run, will be Jackie Hernandez, a 1-14. So Hernandez comes in. Spaceman will face Kelly now. Kelly has reached twice. He's 0 for 2, walked out in a double, and then reached on an error left on. But he knocked Northie home with that. Didn't get a run batted in, but shit, he knocked him home. And that's been the only run. So Patrick, oh, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, Hernandez is running, sure. Here's Kelly now. And that's Spaceman Lee on the hill, trying to bring this ship home. And keep that ship from sinking. Check it out. Spaceman Lee. The pitch to Kelly. You know, that's not a simple question, Rhodes Scholar. 6'10", left-handed, grounds it to short, and that's a great question. Rico has it, and the side is retired because I guess, you know, every once in a while you hear about a study, not that there's life on Mars, but there's some sort of building block of, or there might have been, or there was, tentatively, you would say. 7th inning stretch. I'm just having, I'm pleased as punch, as Hubert Horatio Humphrey used to say. Oh yeah, absolutely. You mean ground control to, is that what you're talking about? Because that's incredible. And you know, I don't want to get corny, but that astronaut on the space station who played that, to me, is like one of the most creative things ever done. Ever. In any category. And Bowie was impressed. He made a comment, I think on Twitter. He says, well, that's really something, or that's really good, or something like that. It was almost better than Bowie's. You know what I mean? He's got talent, that guy. That video is awesome. But anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, we were taking a 7th inning break. Yeah, look at that. It's 8-1, but I'm all into I'm buying up Bill Lee now right now. Oh, Life on Mars. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm sure I know it. Yeah. Well, this is a time for you to lick your barnacles, blow out, you know, whatever you need to do, powder your nose. We hope you have Strat-itude. It's a silly thing, isn't it? So I put this up as a sort of a parody and satire that, you know, it's okay. I guess it's good respite. As Rhodes Scholar rightly says, it's respite. And Rhodes Scholar, he's the man, not only is he a great guy, he was one of couple people, who was instrumental in guiding me, helping me through the process of learning, and I think I've mastered it now, super advanced, and any question I have, I can answer myself. It's just I'm a little slow sometimes, so we're gonna just go with this for a while without adding anything else. We've added T ratings to supplement our advanced stealing scheme, and I'm ready to take the plunge one of these days. I'm too darn tired right now to do it. Maybe I'm making that up, and you know, maybe I'm imagining something, making it worse than it is. But I'm going to go powder my nose when we come back. Look, it's an 8-1 ball game, but I'm having a good time watching Spaceman flex his molecules because look at him. He came in. He did walk Taylor. That's okay. And he pitched. He looked good. He's looking good. And he needs this. Okay, the Red Sox aren't winning the division, folks. This is like development of a player. Okay, he needs this. And Gigi has arrived. Gigi has arrived. Yeah, Gigi. Scott laid into a big one, and so did Rico. Both 2-run home runs. This was unearned. I did not record this as an unearned run off of Rooker. Let me see here. There's 3 earned. Okay, it's 4. 1 is unearned. Yeah. I believe the runner who scores, who reached on the error, is always automatically unearned. I could be wrong about that, but that's the way I score. I also have, there are judgment calls, and I have my own idiosyncratic way. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. 3. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, Christ. Okay. And Moorhead, I have not seen much of Dave Moorhead this year. I have to tell you, that's the cool thing. So let me powder my nose. And when I come back, we'll continue this ball game, and I'm looking forward to the top of the 8th, and we'll just see how far Spaceman goes. He was warming earlier. He's warmed up, I'll tell you. It's almost like, it's the same, kind of like a start, He hasn't pitched in a while. This is a perfect opportunity for Spaceman. So I'm serious. I won't call him that. Okay, this is a great opportunity for Bill Lee. Okay. You got spell checked. Jeez. I don't know what you mean. I'm going to be about 5 minutes. Thanks a lot. I'm just in the middle of a behavior right now that is not really conducive. Lee won 17, 3 years in a row. Wow. That is awesome. Lord. That is like just a super consistent, and I don't know how many lost. You know what's sad as hell? Fidrich. He seemed to be a likable guy. Mark Fidrich. He died in an accident. He was, after he retired, I don't know how old he was, but I don't think it was too old. Maybe his 40s, I don't know. He died in a crazy accident. He got caught under his truck, and he was trying to fix something, and the truck just caught him under, and it just an absolutely probably crushed him to death. I don't know exactly. And it's a terribly sad. And, sometimes when I look and see a human being who happens to have, done things and they're interesting, and you follow them, and then you see a freak accident, then it becomes almost like, well, now he belongs to the ages. I think it was either a Saturday afternoon game or a Monday night game when he made his, I think it was his pitching debut or his first great outing. He would do things like talk to the ball and all sorts of things. And he and Bill Lee both had quirks that were fun and exciting, especially when Fidrich was winning. Very colorful, absolutely. And something I like about the history of baseball is if you follow it, you're going to have people like, just like that. I don't remember a lot of particulars, but hell, they, all right, we're ready to go here. I got my blowhole cleaned out. That's like a how I have a made up baseball league with players and everything. The FUL, it's a league. Well, I forgot what I was going to say. It was very important. Okay, it doesn't matter. Here's Moorhead now. Yeah, I have not seen a lot of Dave Moorhead. This is going to be fun. Moorhead pitched 33 innings in real world. And it's a perfect opportunity for Moorhead to get out there and pitch. Because a pitcher needs to pitch, not over pitch. And here comes Carl. It's Fenway Park. The Sox won the first game 4-3. Nagy went all the way for the win. Here today with 20,717 paid. And some people who are not paid, like me and you, because you're all my guests. Yastrzemski steps into the batter's box. Okay, Moorhead. Wines. And that's 4-5. And he struck him out. Oh, Moorhead. Oh. Look at Schultz. Was that his name? No, that's for Seattle. I don't know who their manager was. Clapping. He struck Yastrzemski out. Now here's Reggie Smith. This is having to face really good hitters. Smith and Petrocelli. Okay. That's a strike called on Smith. 0-1 here in the bottom of the seventh. Moorhead on the mound. And the pitch to Smith. That's 5-6, switch hitter batting left. He walked them. So Reginald, Kathy Harden, Reginald is on first. And it's a lovely ball game. It's a lovely day just to sit, if I do say so myself, sit here in the press box, bringing you this ball game. Smith, by the way, has walked twice, doubled, has scored twice. He's on first. He's a D-stealer. That just means he didn't try much. If he worked on that in his game, I bet you he could be a good one. He's a 1-16. Here's Rico now. Some people just don't develop that. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to get hurt. You can get hurt doing that shit. It's Smith on first, one down. It's Rico. at the plate, and on the mound is Dave Moorhead. And the pitch to Rico. That's going to be 210 right-handed, flies to right. And under that coming is Pat Kelly. He gloves it. 2 away. We'll get to see Spaceman at least 2 more innings if he's pitching like this. I'll tell you that. Here's Tony C now. Boy, he really had gotten bombed on like 4 or 5 occasions. And at first I brought him in because I thought it would be cool to have him save it or whatever. But then I started bringing him in at bad times because he wasn't doing well, and he still didn't do well. And today, Dick Williams has gone to Bill Lee when they're winning big. So and he's doing great so far now. Except for those of you who are just joining us, Romo allowed 1 run in 6 innings. Actually, it was, I'm so sorry, it was 5 2/3 innings. And he was taken out for a blister. That can happen, okay? And in an 8-1 ball game, you damn right that's going to happen. Okay, it's 2 outs. Smith on first and Tony facing Moorhead. Okay, here's Moorhead now. Whoa, it's 1-7, and it's a base hit by Tony. Smith goes to second. It was just a looping hit that looped up and then down right in front of Kirkpatrick to his right. So if you're watching it from home plate, it's sort of like a fly ball to center, and Kirkpatrick moved to your left, and it sunk quicker than we thought, and he went in and nabbed it for the out. It dropped in for a base hit. So Tony's on first, Reginald on second, and here comes Scott. I mean, it's a great lineup. And you know, when you put Scott at first, he's a 1. Otherwise, he's a 3 at third. I mean, why not just make him the first baseman? You know what I mean? And get somebody really good at third base. Like you need another great hitter, or a great fielder who can run and bunt. First and second, 2 down. And his name is David Moorhead. 1-9. Swung on. Hit deep by Georgie. Oh, Georgie did it again. This time a 3-run home run. It's 11-1. Oh, Georgie hits a 3-run home run off Moorhead. Oh my, that's going to be RBIs number 3, 4, and 5 for Scott. That's going to be his 13th of the season. And if I'm not mistaken, anybody out there, let me throw Scott in with 13 now. Yeah, anybody out there at all? Yeah, just seeing here. What a ball game. What an afternoon for a ball game. A fun afternoon if you're, I know, some people wanted the Royals. But, forget about that. That's over today. Pick a different fight now. And now it's really just, he called the home run. Are you serious? You mean to say that he pointed out there? Moorhead will stay in. It's 2 outs. There's good news for Kansas City. They need good news. There's nobody on. And there's George Scott taking a bow, coming out. Oh, George Scott just came out. Gigi says he called that home run. This could be disputed now. This is like legend. This may become legend. We'll see. Time will tell. And it's going to be Russell Gibson to come up to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. A 3-run home run. Did I tell you that? By George Scott. And here comes Gibson now. It's 2 outs, nobody on. He's 1 for 3 today. Quite a day for the Boston Red Sox. And I'm not trying to rub this in to Kathy or Mr. He may not be here, Ron McGrath. He may not be here. Okay, here's Gibson now. That's 2 home runs for George today. 5 runs batted in. I love that. Here's the pitch to Gibson. Whoa, 3-5, right-handed. And it's lined to short, caught by Rios. So the side is out finally, but 3 runs on 1 swing. Second time they got 3 in an inning. Moorhead hit hard. And now I invite you. Oh, is that what he called them? I didn't know that. Oh, he called them home runs. I understand. Now I get completely what you're saying. Okay, because I didn't think he called that shot. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't. But, you know, these things can be legends. Oh, George Scott, yeah. Folks, we are at Fenway Park, and this is a game to just watch for entertainment value because Bill Lee will start his second full. He's pitched 1 1/3, no hits, walked a batter, no runs, after some real concerning outings. And it will be Fiore, Piniella, and Kirkpatrick. These people really played in this game. They were in this lineup. Here's Fiore now. Fouls back, out of play. Right now it's a combined pitching performance between Romo, who pitched well, very well, and Spaceman. To lead it off, Fiore. Here's Spaceman now. The wind up. The pitch to Fiore. That's going to be 5-3 left-handed. Fly ball left. Going back for that is Carl. We can count on Carl. 1-5. That is a 1-5. That's an 8-1. It's an F2. He's a 5. Oh, the ball, it's a fly out there. Carl going for it. Real micro. That's going to be 6-12-14 on the 5. He's going to get for it, and he makes the catch. Oh, nice catch by Carl. out in left. Okay, so there's one away here. Spaceman. Really, I love when something like this happens. Spaceman really, just have him hit it on let it fall on the hitter's card here. This might be tough, Sweet Lou, 1 for 3. Royals down by 10 here, top of the 8th. We're at Fenway. And this is the second of a 3. Red Sox won the first game, the opener. 4-3, Nagy went all the way for the win. It's 11-1 here. And Spaceman. And that's low for a ball to Piniella. Spaceman. Here's the windup and the pitch to Lou. That's 4-6 left-handed. And that's a fly ball to left. Oh, he's lucky on that one. He just hit it out, up. And it's hit fairly well. And Carl is under that one, too, for the second out. So Spaceman has retired 7 of the first 8 batters. He did walk a batter, but he has been 7 of 8. And Eddie Kirkpatrick is the batter. We're watching a very nice... Did he really? I did not know that, Gigi. George Scott wearing a batting helmet. Well, I guess, it could help if it's a decent helmet. I guess, yeah. You can get a line drive, pick you off easily. Sure. Okay, Kirkpatrick facing Spaceman. That's going to be 3-6 left-handed, and he struck him out. So there's Spaceman's first strikeout. He's retired 8 of 9 that he's faced. I'm sorry, 7 of 8. And the side is retired. Just a beautiful performance by Spaceman Lee. And Lee's going to come up for the second time in this ball game. How do you like that? He's the second starter, if you will, for Romo, who allowed 1 unearned run in 5 2/3, struck out 4, walked 2, 4 hits allowed, and developed a blister. It can happen. We've been to games. Oh, Olerod, okay. It's not a bad idea. I don't think it would really interfere with a person's fielding. And yeah. I think it's a good idea. Okay, Spaceman comes out. He grounded to second. I was glad to see he hit the ball. And he'll face Dave Moorhead, who got shelled for a 3-run home run by George Scott. His second home run of the ball game. He has 5 runs batted in. Okay, Spaceman now, facing Moorhead. That's 5-4. He's a left-handed hitter. And it's hit deep, but I don't think he has the power. No, he does not. It's a base hit by Spaceman. Oh, my. Spaceman chipped it to right field, kind of toward right center. Kelly ran in, could not get that. And just like that, Spaceman Lee gets a base hit. So what a night for Spaceman. Spaceman will wear the jacket. And here's Sid O'Brien. Spaceman is not acting peculiar now. He's concerned that he could get into a better pitching style. Here's O'Brien now. He's a B bunter. We're just going to have him hit away. Spaceman Leo, I love it there, Kathy. Very nice. Pitch to O'Brien, 1-2, right-handed, hit him. Moorhead hit O'Brien. And O'Brien has some words. And Moorhead is just shaking his head and throwing his forearms with his palms visible up, like what can you do? And it looks like O'Brien, he moves on to first. The trainer is coming out. He got hit on the forearm. It is tender, but he says he's okay. Meanwhile, Spaceman went to second. It's first and second, nobody out. If you're looking ahead, I hope it's for Spaceman and not for the Royals' hopes here. It'll be Foy 0 for 3, Adair 2 for 3, and then Ellie Rodriguez, who is 0 for 3. And it'll be the first time he faces Joe Foy. There's Moorhead now. There is action. Oh, yeah, did he, Charles? That is funny as heck. I know the nickname. But, wow. That's funny as heck. First and second, nobody out. Here's Andrews now. Now, Andrews is going to lay it down. The pitch from Moorhead. Whoa, infield in, he's a B. It's a 5B, and it's a beaut. Oh, is that pretty? It's hit right back to Moorhead. And the runners advance. Moorhead can only go to first. So Andrews, great bunter. Good bunt, very good bunter. It's second and third, nobody out. That's smarts for Dave Moorhead, who has allowed 3 runs. He's got second and third now. And here's Carl. Okay. Carl 0 for 4 today. But Carl has power. Okay, here's Moorhead now. And the pitch to Carl. That's going to be 3-8. Oh, he struck him out. And that's the second time Carl has struck out today. He was struck out by Moorhead last inning. Isn't that something? He's got Carl's number tonight. 2 outs, second and third, and it's a clutch situation. I would love Smith to send one to Palookaville or to just get a double or something. Here with 2 outs, 2 runners scoring position, Moorhead. And from the stretch, Moorhead, that is 5-4, switch hitter batting left. Oh, that's hit deep by Smith. Oh my. And it's sailing away, way over to the sunshine. It's sailing away as a 3-run home run for Reginald. Oh my, the fans are just loving it. They're just digging it. It's a 14-1 ball game. And that'll be his second, third, and fourth run batted in. In fact, 3 players have hit all 14 runs in. It's Scott with 5, Tony with 4, and now Reginald with 4, Kathy Harden. And that's going to be it for Moorhead. We're just not going to let someone do that to somebody. He's already allowed 6 runs. He's got nobody on base with 2 outs, and they're going to bring in a pitcher here. So there's going to be a little break in the action, folks, not long. It's 1 2/3 from Moorhead. What a performance. I understand he has a 5.73 ERA, but come on, 6 runs in 2 innings. I love it. I love everything about it. I hope you don't mind, Kathy. I'm not a particular fan of the Red Sox. I'm just saying, any team. I just enjoy a game like this occasionally, especially with Spaceman. And we'll see how he fares. He hasn't faced Foy. He's faced everybody else. Moorhead 6 big ones. And that's 13 plus an unearned. Rooker is the loser, Romo the winner. Lee not eligible for the save, but I wonder if they should give it, Ron. Can you look that up? I'm just kidding. I don't think so. Either you are or you aren't eligible. So that's it for Moorhead. Let's see who's coming in with 2 outs. Moorhead must feel pretty bad. Pitching like a minor league pitcher there. I'm sorry to be so, nasty. It's going to be Steve Jones. Stephen Jones, he's a 4.23, 49 innings, mostly relief. Stevens coming, not Stevens, Jones, for Christ's sakes, coming in from the bullpen. And he'll take his warm-ups. We're going to have a little break in the action now as Jones makes his way to the mound. We're in the middle of the 8th, bottom of the 8th. Yeah, 3 innings or less, right? If you have the runners on base, or it's 1 run, 1 run. But it's got to be a full inning, unless you can count the runners on base. Okay, Jones is ready here. And it's going to be it's going to be Rico now. Oh, I forgot to enter him. It's getting a little cumbersome here, entering these. But I do these real time. You think Lee should get the save? Because he was more than 3 runs. If you come in and the other team has a lead of 4 or more, then it's no save. And it was 8-1 when he came in, so I don't know about that. I could be wrong. I'm very often wrong about shit. For Rico, that's number 33. I mean, for Smith, oh, that is number 22. Let me just add that. There we go. All right. But maybe he should give, or you could give him the save because he just pitched great. I guess you could do it. I don't know. Here's Rico now, facing Steve Jones. And the pitch. That's for 4 right-handed catcher acts. For A.A. Rodriguez, a 2-3. Okay. Rodriguez is a 2-3. That's a PP. Now let's see if it's sterile. He's a 3. I would imagine that's pretty good. See if that's a sterile dribbler. He's a 4. I think that's pretty good, I guess. It those molecules. Oh, he's a... he's a 3. I'm so sorry. That's 4-6. And on the PF, it's a pass ball. Oh, wait a minute. It's not a pass ball. It's a foul out. Oh, boy, that was a lot. 2. Fouls out. Okay, that was a little brain aneurysm. But 3 more runs. And here's Spaceman now. See what this looks like right here. Wow. That looks pretty good. I made a chickpea cold with mayo, creamy Dijon, and chives. Minced chives. Not too much. And chilled it for a while here, maybe 2.5 hours now, 2 hours. We'll let it go. And of course, for dessert, Mike and Ike's. And ice cream. Yeah, great. Ice cream too. Okay, Spaceman, going for the save. Okay, and it's going to be Foy. His first time. Now, he's retired 7 of 8 here, Spaceman. He walked Taylor, who pinch hit. Okay, Bill Lee now. And the pitch to Foy. That's 4-8. He walked him. Okay, so his second walk. Foy is on. It's a 13-1 ball game. So I don't think we're worried about anything like that. No, 14. I'm sorry, 14-1 ball game. And here's Jerry Adair. One 5 left-handed, grounds it to short, and that'll be a double play. Turned by Rico to Andrews to Scott. The Spaceman is 1 out away from the save here, and a excellent performance. And it's A.A. Rodriguez with 2 outs and nobody on. I believe he's still alive. And in fact, I looked at some of his activities post-retirement, and he's been kind of active doing all sorts of things. Good for him. He must have a handsome pension from the union. A.A. Rodriguez in the batter's box here, and you are there, and we are all together. That's very tasty. Wow. Rhodes Scholar. Rhodes Scholar, it's A.A. Rodriguez at the plate, 2 outs. Spaceman. 1-2, left-handed, hits it back to Spaceman. And Lee throws him out, and the ball game is over. There's Gibson running out, as well with George Scott, who got the put out. Congratulating Bill Spaceman Lee. Faced 12 batters, retired 11 of them. He walked 2. 11. 9 of 11. And that's the ball game. Lee pitched 3 1/3. No hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, no runs. And boy, that was big smile, big grin. One looking partly out of relief from a 1 Bill Spaceman Lee out here today. Final score: Red Sox a real slugging, 3 big home runs, a 2-run and 2 3-runs. Contributed to 8 runs, but they got runs elsewhere. 14 runs. Oh, Jones, 4, 6, 7 2/3. 14, 4, 8, 11. That's unbelievable. That is really remarkable. That's quite a statistic. 14 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They got walks, they got errors. 1 run, 4 hits, a combined 4-hitter, all allowed by Romo. So that's the ball game, and I think it was a very entertaining ball game. My regrets to those who wanted the Royals, but it was pretty clear by the end of the 5th that it was an 8-1 ball game. And they just added insult to injury, adding 3 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th. Bill Spaceman Lee is one of the players who made a great contribution. And of course, what we have here are 3 players with 14, in fact, all runs batted in. Not all runs were involved in these. They were involved in everything, as a matter of fact. Okay? Can you imagine if you averaged about 4 a game and you ended up the season with about, if you play 150 games, about 600 RBIs or more. So that's the game. I'm going to put everything away. I enjoyed very much having you here this afternoon on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. Strat-O-Matic is one of the originals, I guess you could say APBA, card and dice fantasy sports games, and in particular baseball games. And I began doing Strat-O-Matic at about the age of 11, 11 and a half, 11. So that's it. I came back on the pandemic, hadn't played for decades, and found myself mired in Strat-O-Matic, and in particular 1969 baseball. You have a great evening, Kathy Harden. That was some game, huh? And now I went through a lot of things. I thought I would just add this tonight, and I'm going to do it. Yeah, you have a great evening, Ron McGrath. I'm going to provide a narrative now of about 15 minutes, if I'm able. To those interested, it will be archived. Because when I did my original, this is going to be like a pilot right now. When I did my original called Strat-O-Matic and Me, an intimate history. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a little break for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll be coming back to talk about this. In the meantime, I'm going to try to find you some of my original songs which are able to be played oh Christ, if I'm able to find it here. God. Holy shit, I did get a copyright claim. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's old. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is one video on YouTube that has 44 of my tunes. And I'm gonna just pick it up. In fact, I'm gonna pick it up at a certain point here.
Those days are gone, and now it seems when I look back, it was all a dream. And now the years, they're just rolling by. I think of you and I start to cry. We had it, baby, but we let it die. Come on, my lover, won't you take me by the hand? Show all the others how a woman and a man. Now I love you, babe, and you love me. So let's go make a family, happily ever after eternity. Come on, my lover, won't you take me by the hand? Show all the others how a woman and a man.
One, two, three. We met when you were only 17. I was young, I didn't know much about love. Those days are gone, and now it seems like I've never known you. I've never known you. I've never known you. Like I've never known you. It's funny now when I look back, making a life about nothing. It's funny now when I look back, babe, I still love you. Yes, I still love you. Babe, I still love you. I still love you. Should I run and hide from you? If I do, you'll see me through. Should I run? Should I hide?
till we both break down and cry, my love. Should I run and hide from you? If I do, you'll see me through.
Alrighty. I'll tell you what, I'm going to just now lay back. This is going to be a very, very intense kind of thing. I might even do a clip of it. Hold on one second. I want to make sure everything is all right. YouTube, Jeffrey Guterman. Once I put the thing on some archival material, baseball, and it said you're recording copyrighted information. I just ended it and deleted the recording. This is going to be a there's a word for it. Hold on. Jeffrey Guterman. There we go. This is on my TV. There's the live. This is what we're doing right now. That's pretty self-referential. What I'm going to do, here I am. Have it muted. And there it is. Yeah, there it is. There we are. Anyway, I thought I would do a lightning round of my reflections on Strat-O-Matic and me, and then I could even record this, and I could even play this on a new recording. I wish there was I don't know how, but to be able to. Oh, True Confessions. Strat-O-Matic and me, an intimate history. True Confessions and an intimate history. And it goes something like this. See if I can do this it's 4:56. I think I can probably do it. It's going to be tiring, though. Because the other one I did was deleted because it had copyrighted music. I screwed that up. And it goes like this. My history of Strat-O-Matic goes back to 1970, early 1970. When my two friends had the 69 sets. It was basic. And that's my absolute first introduction to Strat-O-Matic. And I believe that when the 70 set came out in December, is when it usually came out, I got it. I got my own. First I got Old Timers. The whole set of Old Timers. And I played it, and I played it even more. And I gotta tell you something, in 72, I played it. All solitaire, all with my two friends, but isolated in that way. And let me see, it was, I remember getting getting football. I had the 71 set. I think the Cowboys won it all. I'm not certain of who they might have beat. Maybe Oakland, but I'm not sure. But I had the 71 set and 72 set. and the 73 set. That's when I stopped. And I tried basketball, didn't like it, and hockey wasn't invented yet. And then I got off Strat-O-Matic in 1970, early 74. Stopped playing it. So we're talking about from 6th grade right through to the earliest beginning of your junior year, probably the summer. But once the junior year came, you were off it. But things really opened up for me with Strat-O-Matic in probably about 1973, when I learned about the Strat-O-Matic review, and we did not have social media. We didn't have anything, and this was a invaluable resource, a community, to develop community and actually meet people and learn about what's going on in the world of Strat-O-Matic. It was two guys who created it, Del Newell and Mike Allison, I believe. And they were from Michigan, near Oswego, that area, beautiful area. One was a sports writer, or I'm not sure if he was a writer or an announcer, both locally. And the other, I think he was a journalist, a sports journalist, Mike Allison. And I learned about the Strat-O-Matic review when one afternoon, it's an unusual way, but one afternoon, I was at my friend's house, one of the two, and his older brother, who was like 2 years older than us, had the December 1972 issue of the Strat-O-Matic review. And I asked him, I think I paid him 75 cents. I offered him to buy that. He goes, sure. I said, could I buy that from you? He said, sure. And to me, it blew me away, the idea that there was such a thing. I could see it right there. And this was it. This was something I had to get into. We're going back to now I'm playing Strat-O-Matic since 70, and now it's late 72, so it's a little late in the game. It had started in March 71, and I got all back issues right away. I remember one guy sold them to me. He just sent me. I asked for, but the guy just frickin' sent it to me, the whole thing, and I paid him, and promptly. And how did I pay him? Well, I'd always get my father, I would make money doing things, and I would give him the money and say, could you write me a check for this amount? And he'd always gladly do it. That was a nice thing he did. I had him do it for all sorts of things. So I took that December 72 issue home. I devoured it. I front to cover, every word, every syllable. I was just so into the idea of it. And what I learned when I got the back issues, which were within a month, so now we're in like February 73, is I learned that there was a convention in 73. I'm sorry, 72. Okay, I get mixed up with some of those years, but in the summer, there was a convention prior to when I saw that December 72 issue was probably that summer. And I said, whoa. And then I learned that there was going to be one in New York, and this would be the second one ever done. Now they do them all the time. Okay. And that's social media. And even Strat-O-Matic encourages that you have, let me just put this right up here so I can just sit and not have to hold this damn thing. 'Cause it's not easy. This is an oral history right now that I'm providing. And I do think now I'm going to feel the need to just broadcast this live. I hope it comes out well. That's why I hope I don't make it too long. I'm already 10 minutes. So, yeah, it's going to be a very long time. So I get the back issues. I learn this. And I say, you know, you're not the only one. In fact, they had a promotional flyer about it. Later, after I learned it from my friend, I saw at Strat-O-Matic they had a flyer for it. I subscribed. And right away, let's cut right to the chase. I got into mischief, and this is kind of painful for me to talk about but I've been forgiven by Stephen Barkin via Facebook. I pulled pranks. You want to talk about? I was the Jay Johnstone of Strat-O-Matic. First thing I did was place several fake ads in the Strat-O-Matic review that did no harm really, but that was done. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this here, and I'm going to re-record this broadcast just because I want it on record on its own, and reconstruct it. And then I'm going to start a playlist which is going to be called Strat-O-Matic and Me, True Confessions and an Intimate History. Or maybe True Confessions of True Confessions of an Intimate History. Or actually, it could have two subtitles. Could have a subtitle. Strat-O-Matic and Me. An Intimate History. True Confessions. Okay, that's my construction of it. And I'm going to be getting into, and I'm going to give you a quick overview only because I wanted some meat on the bones here. In subsequent episodes, I'm going to get into the big scandal of when I placed a fake ad that suggested that it was Tom Burleson of NC State who was starting a football league because they had play-by-mail for sale and wanted. This was play-by-mail. And he got all that mail. Somehow I put up a fake, even though I got the zip code kind of close. And they wrote an article called Some Jokes Not Good about that. Burleson was contacted. He actually spoke to Newell. And I got away with it. Why did I do it? Mischief. There's always been a mischievous side. I'm not writing this off, but I was 14 and a half, all right, when this happened. Other things I did was I had articles in the Reader's Roll'em section. That's like to the editor. I had that several times. I had articles in the Strat-O-Matic Review, legitimate articles. One was after I got all the back issues, I did a whole sort of like an anthological, an annotation of all of the issues. Listen, I'm going to run, but when I get back, I'm going to tell you, we're going to be talking about Tom Nelson, my friend who lived in, I think it was Plainfield, New York, or Jamaica Plains, New York, and he was 24. Again, I'm 14 and a half. And Bob Lang, an attorney, who's like 26. And we played, they had cars, they'd come to me, I'd go to them. And we would play. And I met them through the review. Tom Nelson, and I want to have I'm not going to get into that now. But the culminating scandal was at the 1974 convention. I think it was 73. I get mixed up with the year, but this was the big New York convention. And I'm going to tell you basically what happened. My friend, his name was Larry. He's one of the two I told you about. He and I created a plot that I would be in the basic football tournament. They had tournaments there. This was basic. And he would sit behind my opponent throughout the tournament and give me hand signals as to whether he was running or passing, because that was part of the game. You had to guess which it was going to be for your defense. And I swept through and won. I got a black and white TV. And there was questions at the convention that I cheated. Again, I was a different person then. I'm not condoning it, but don't condemn me. This is true confessions. It's mischief. That was at a cost because other people lost out. And so I got the trophy, I got that. But it followed me because, that was 73, because in 74 in the summer, that's when I went to the third one at Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, the third convention. This one was not planned by the company. The second one was in Brooklyn. That was a big deal. And by the way, there was another event where my friend, I think, stole somebody's X chart for mischief and threw it out or something. And some guy's running around at the convention saying, "Where's my X chart?" And Harold Richman asked me at the convention, this is in Brooklyn, "Do you know where that X chart is?" And I told him no. And I didn't. My friend did it. So this is a sort of an expunging of guilt, a cleansing. It's coming up. I don't know that there's a lot more to say, actually. So I'm going to condense this to the one thing. What happened is I stopped playing, and then when the pandemic hit, I came back. But I'm a real character from what I call the golden age of Strat-O-Matic. 1970 to 74. Of course, that's my bias because I was totally into it. And then by 74 in the summer, at the end of the summer, I started, dating. You know what I'm saying? And I left Strat-O-Matic behind. But when the pandemic hit, I came back to it. Here I am. Please don't, completely condemn me. We've all made mistakes. I figured it would be help for me to own them, own up to them, come out and share them. Say that partly I have a regret that that happened, but partly I don't, because that's destiny and that's how life ended. And I was very, very glad at this last opening of the baseball cards at the game company. It was on video and all sorts of things. When that was happening, I don't use Facebook much, but I went on at that time because I have an account. And I said hello to Stephen Barkin. I remember Barkin in the 70s. I remember when Live and Let Die by McCartney was playing on their radio. So that's 73. I said, what a great song. Great to hear it there. Okay. This is when Steely Dan's song, Ricky Don't Lose That Number, which the memories I have of a summer listening to that. So that's the long and short of it. I came back, and there's the only thing I would finish with is I have a deep nostalgia for Strat-O-Matic.